guys, if you're new here, I'm Sandy. I do crafts and talk about them on the internet because none of my real life friends are particularly interested in hearing me talk about knitting. If you're joining me again, thank you. I know it's been a while. A lot has changed. Welcome to what will hopefully be one day my dedicated setup sewing room / guest room. Since the last time I filmed, I moved to Malta. Yeah, but anyway, we'll get into that later. I'll start with the crafts. Yeah, so let's grab a glass of wine or a drink and a project and let's chat. Cheers. Oh, that's actually really good. Man, oh man, I'm out of practice at this. So, yeah, I think it might have been over a year. So I have done a lot of crafting, obviously. We'll start with some sewing. So I made these. I was a tester on these. They're the Jodi Pants by Sew DIY. These pants are so comfortable. I desperately need sweatpants because like I like having beautiful clothes to wear when I go out, but most of my life is spent at home in sweats, and right now I have a pair of leggings with a hole in them. Those wrap pants I made that I love, but I cannot wear functionally because just getting them on and off, it's like I don't need that every time I have to go to the bathroom. And I have the pair I'm wearing right now, which are held together in the back with a hair tie. So it's sweatpant time. So I made these. I used this fabric. I still had it from when I lived in Ireland. So I used it because it's what I had. And yeah, they turned out amazing. They're just like a solid sweatpant. You know, they have the pockets in the front. So comfy. I'm going to dye them because I just don't need white pants in my life. It's supposed to be a thicker elastic, but the fabric store was closed, so I just used whatever I had. I might replace it, but probably not, to be honest. Yeah, so I've worn them just to try on and obviously take pictures for the test, but the pattern is great. I love her patterns because I don't need to lengthen them. They're made for like exactly my height. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because like, especially when you're testing, you want to give some sort of like criticism to it to get a better picture for the designer, but I just don't have any. I mean, I love the way she writes patterns. It's very clear. I think the fitting information she gives is good because, I don't know, I just love when pattern companies put a lot of fitting information because I think that's why people don't sew because they're like, oh, well, it just, you know. So it's very clear, very good. And these are so comfortable. But I have dye here in a box somewhere. As you can probably tell, I have yet to unpack. I know I have a purple and I think I have a teal, but also at the fabric shop they sell dye sometimes. So I might just see what they have in stock. A part of me wants to just go brown because it's like neutral, but then another part of me is like, they're home pants. Why can't they have fun? Like, you know? But yeah, so I really love those. I mean, 10 out of 10 pattern, like no notes. If you need a pair of sweatpants, those are quick, fast, perfect. Oh, what else have I finished? Yeah, so I did something fun. I'm trying to be more social since we moved here, but it's a bit, you know, moving a new place is always difficult because you have to kind of recalibrate yourself socially. So I decided to go to a little cross stitch course I saw on Instagram. And you may be thinking like, oh, but you embroider. Like, cross stitch shouldn't be that hard. Because cross stitch I think is actually easier than embroidery because there's just less stitches. But for some odd reason, I could never really get my head around the spacing of cross stitching. Like, I think maybe it's because it has the word counting in it and I was having like a mental block over that. Just, yeah, the math of it all, for some odd reason, just didn't click in my head. So I figured, okay, I'm going to go to this class. I may not learn really anything new, but I'm going to give it a genuine try. And if I don't get cross stitch at this point, I can give up on it, even though realistically I won't give up on it. I'll probably just like try again and again and again until I get it. That's why I'm good at crafts, by the way. It has nothing to do with anything natural. It's just that I will literally try something and beat it down until it works for me. Yeah, so this one is what I made. It's so cute. And yeah, I finally got like some clarity on how to do it. I think it was just the way I was moving it. I honestly have no idea what I wasn't getting, but I get it oh, and look at how cute that is. And it's really good because my parents are coming for Easter and we have literally no Easter decorations. So now we do. Yeah, I'm really proud of that. And I think I'm ready to try more cross stitch. Because even like the Craftsy class, there's just something I couldn't, I don't know. Maybe it's just a little too mathy, but now I figured it out. And I will get there. And yeah, like it also came, she got us this and she got us the kit so we could practice. It was just an awesome, awesome class. It was from this girl on Instagram. I forget her handle, but I'll link it if you want to check her out. Or if you're in Malta and you want to do a cross stitch class, I think she runs them sometimes, but it's really good. It was like cross stitch and Prosecco. Yeah. There was even a guy in the class, which was great. I love when men do crafts. I think everybody would be healthier and happier. Some finished crochet. I have here, oh, where did I put, okay. So I made this from, oh, if my family's watching, don't show this bit to Nonna. I made this for my Nonna for her birthday. So this is in yarn I hand dyed. The pattern is called the Aneta shawl. And this, I mean, the hardest thing for me with this was I kept messing up the count. For whatever reason, and then I thought, oh, like I don't need to do this, and I think I tried to memorize the pattern. Like realistically, it's just 2 rows. You're doing like this row and this row, and you're just doing that over and over and over, but then I would forget to mark it, but I didn't want the count to be off because I wanted this edging, which by the way, so easy. Just the edging to work out numbers wise. And so, you know, like this is not a hard project. It's, I'm maybe a confident beginner still in crochet. But you could 100%, if you want like your maybe second crochet project and you want something really good, this 100%. Yeah, like I'm obsessed with how it turns out. I think that is just a really stunning shawl. I love this yarn, and now that I'm looking at it on camera too, I love it. I wish I made more notes on how I dyed this, because, man, that's gorgeous. And it's right in my palette. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit tough for me to make something in this yarn to give away. But my Nonna and I are very much the same kind of color season, so I was just like, okay, well, let's go into her. So let's go into a good thing. Because she gets, you know, sometimes cold and wants something on her shoulders. And it's good. It's a good size. I mean, for me, it would be more like scarf, but for her, it will function as a shawl. Yeah, so I'm really proud of this one. This one 100% I would recommend, especially if you're still kind of learning crochet. Yeah, it just came together so easily. It was easy to memorize. I did part of this on a plane because I came to Malta for a week, like a couple months before we moved, because I wanted to find a place to live. That was pretty much the thing, and I don't know, get a sunburn early, I guess. It wasn't actually sunny when I was here. This was back in November. Just to, you know, kind of get excited about the move. And yeah, so I started that on the plane, but I had to take it apart a bunch, just because of that counting issue. But yeah, if you have a row counter and you're not stupid about it like I was, you'll be fine. 100% recommend though. It was just a really great pattern. Yeah, I really enjoyed making it. I also have a couple more finished things. These are the Anne socks. So the kitchen sink shop did a Anne of Green Gables mystery sock knit along, and I'm not a big mystery knit along person. I like to know what I'm buying before I buy it. But there are 2 designers I will do sock mystery knit alongs with. One is the kitchen sink shop. That is literally my first glass of wine too. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but I went grocery shopping. That's what kind of kills your brain. But yeah, so that her kitchen sink shop and Curious Handmade are the 2 I will always buy, and I'm so excited because Curious Handmade is actually doing the Secret Sock Society again, because there wasn't one last year. And I really noticed that I didn't have my Handmade Sock Society, so I was so excited. I can't wait for those. That starts next month. But I think you can actually still get the pre-sale price if you order that, so I'll link it below. But this one is the kitchen sink shop. And yeah, like I love her patterns. They're so relaxing. I am a Canadian girl. I love Anne. I love Anne of Green Gables. It was one of my favorite books as a kid. Also, I think it's really good because it was sort of written for like teenagers. I think if you want to get into classical fiction, but you're having an issue kind of getting your mind into that space, because it is like learning a bit of a different language. You know, you're learning basically like a dialect of English that has not survived. And I think if you start reading stuff that was sort of young adult in the time, it is easier to get your brain working that way, so that when you go to read, you know, your Dickens, it's not as foreign, if that makes sense. Yeah, because I just think like the approachability of classical fiction, especially if you're doing it like not in high school, which most of us aren't, because I think, you know, you have this thing that you did all this stuff in high school and then you go back and you're like, oh, now I'm actually interested, I want to appreciate it. So yeah, basically if you haven't read Anne of Green Gables, read it. It's a really good book. And just because we're on the topic, the M with the E series, highly controversial. I like it. To me, it's like really good Anne of Green Gables fan fiction. With beautiful clothes. I don't know. You put someone in a walking skirt and I'm probably gonna like the show. So, but yeah, so these socks, they're the pack has Anne, which is this one, Gilbert ones, which you'll see a little bit later, and then Diana. So these are the first ones. I'm behind because of who I am as a person, I guess. I don't know. I always think, oh, I'll knit these as it goes, but I never do. But yeah, I absolutely love these. I think they're so pretty. This is yarn from Apple Oak Fibre Works. It's their sock yarn. So it's a mix of wool, silk, and rainy fiber that I dyed. I think I dyed this one in sage. And it worked out perfectly because I have a like reprint of the original Anne of Green Gables that I got when I went to the Green Gables Museum in PEI. And it's gold, it's green with like gold writing. And when I dyed this, I actually, you can see it better on this one. I made a mistake when I was like laying out the yarn, and a little bit of this got touched by the mordant. And so you can maybe see it right there. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see the little bits of gold. And it's, I don't know, it's really good because it actually matches like the pale buttery yellow and the gold on the book. So yeah, it's the Anne socks that look like my Anne of Green Gables cover. Yeah, so I love these. I don't know, this is interesting because I don't often do a left and a right sock to make the pattern work. And that took a bit of like mental imagery. But again, once you get a row counter, like once you get down to this bit where it's all the same, you'll memorize it in like 2 seconds. I think it's a 4-line repeat. But even these are just so beautiful. Like, just the texture and everything. This was really fun to knit. I mean, I knit these pretty much exclusively on like buses. So 10 out of 10. Honestly, I think all of the kitchen sink shop patterns are 10 out of 10. Like, I've never knit a bad one. And that's why I'll do mystery knit-alongs from her. But yeah, so then we have hopefully my last baby knit for a while. Knock on some fake wood. Yeah, so I am waiting on a niece. She's due next month. I'm very, very excited. And so naturally, when I have a niece or nephew, they need a full layette because I am not physically in the same country as all of them. But when they, you know, get wrapped up in things that I've made, it's like wrapping them up in a hug. So these aren't blocked yet. Actually, neither is the shawl. I need to do that. But this is the baby blanket. So it's the Petals and Leaves Layette from Paintbox Yarns. It is, I mean this looks really complicated. And when you bloom it out, I think it's going to be stunning. This is one of those things that looks insane because it's lace. And part of the reason I chose this one is I was in between two and one had a lot of color work. It was really cute, but this one's a little more classic, a little more vintage, which I think is more my brother and sister-in-law's style. Also, I'm just bad at lace. You know, it's something, actually I don't think I'm bad at it, it's just something I need to practice more. So I decided, okay, I am going to do the one with more lace and just really like clamp down on this skill. And the thing with lace is, especially if you're only doing the lace on one side, like the back of this is all just purling, it looks harder than it is. It's one of those things. And it's just, you need to be on the counter. I feel like the theme of this episode is just like row counters, which is so important. Yeah, so I was on the row counter. I did this a lot when we because I came and then I went back to Vilnius. And then we drove, like we loaded up a camper van and drove from Vilnius to here. This was done a lot on that drive. It was a beautiful drive. Like we drove through Poland, Czech Republic, Austria, and Italy. Stunning. Like so beautiful, especially driving all the way down Italy in one go. I'd never done that. Yeah, but we had so much fun. And this was mostly done. A bit of it was started in Vilnius and a bit of it, oh no wait, that actually I had to take apart because I forgot to use my row counter. It's on my phone too. I have no excuse. Like, yeah, but I love it. It's in Drops Baby Merino, I think the yarn is called. It was really good. I wanted to get the wool in Vilnius because I am still not sure about the wool situation here. Yeah, so I wanted to get it in Vilnius, especially since in Vilnius wool is very reasonably priced. But yeah, it's so soft and it's super wash, so like I wouldn't give a new parent a baby thing in white that wasn't super wash. That's just too much, you know? And with that set, I've also started on the sweater. So I had already finished this little cardigan. And then I looked at it and I realized, like, it just, for some odd reason, here's the thing for me with making baby stuff. I am not around babies. It's partly a choice that I kind of, like, babies confuse me and I'm not sure how to, like, work with them. But also, I just don't have a lot of friends with kids, right? Like, it's, you know, and you can't go up to strangers and be like, hey, how old's your baby so I can get a size reference? No. But even so, I make a lot of stuff in the kind of, I'm doing this one in 6 months to a year, because if she's born in May, I figure then she'll be able to start using it in November and she'll get the winter out of it. But, like, if you're not around babies, you don't know how big they are. Like, you know they're small, but how small? And I make a lot in kind of that 6 months to 2 year size. And I was just looking at it and I'm like, this does not look, like, this looks too small to me. And so I kept going though, because I'm like, okay, well, I need a paint box Layette for my nephew and it fit him. So, you know, I just kind of kept going with it. And then I finished it. And as I was looking to see something on the chart, I realized I was actually knitting the 3 month to 6 month size. So that is currently being knit directly onto here. But yeah, I mean, it is really pretty. I'm mad at it though. Like, I'm just about to separate for the front, the fronts and the backs. But I'm mad at it. I'm not mad at the project. I'm mad at me for making that mistake. But the lace bit is really pretty in there. I think it's just stunning. Like, I don't know. I was a little unsure of the white. I kind of wanted to do it in pink. But like I learned on the heirloom set, sometimes I think maybe the white is better because it can go with all the pink. But I did want a light pink, but they didn't have the yarn in the quantity I need. I got this one at Meg's Amazona in Vilnius, and it was just so funny though, because I was like telling her what I wanted and how much I needed, and she was like, but for a baby? For a baby sweater? And I was just like, no, not just the sweater. I'm doing the sweater, the hat, the boots, like everything. I'm worried I might have miscalculated though, because I only have one skein of yarn left. Because I thought, okay, if I have extra yarn, I'll just leave the 3 to 6 month, and then the next time somebody has a baby in that time frame, I'll, like, give it to them. You know, no biggie, but whatever, I need the yarn. Although I was thinking about it, and I have a sneaking suspicion that I might have, like, I might have more, because I know, so another baby set I'm making, I think this is called not the tailor, it's something, it's named after a person, for some of our friends in Australia, and I'm almost done. I just need to sew down this button band and then sew on the buttons to the hat. But the hat and more of this yarn are sitting in a bag somewhere here with the buttons I need for the set for my niece. And I have a sneaking suspicion there might be a few extra skeins of the white yarn in there. I have no idea where this is. Like, I actually need to unpack because this is starting to get a bit insane. Am I looking at it right now? There's a bin there. I see something white. This is the thing. And I have really cute buttons I got for that one. Really cute buttons with little rainbows that kind of match the specs in this one. This one is by Yarn Smiths, but I do forget the name. It's, you know what? I was skeptical as I was knitting this one because I wanted a simpler pattern to show off the yarn. And I kind of had a thing of like, oh, is this going to be fancy enough? But man, oh man, like this turned out so cute. Like I love this little set. I would make this again. Yeah, it's just a cute, simple DK weight cardigan. If you have a fancy yarn, I think they're going to love it. Hopefully it'll be big enough for, because they're coming into winter now, so I want to get it sent off ASAP. But love this set. I'll link it below because I do not for the life of me remember the name of it. But alas, we are who we are. You are not here for perfection, and if you are, I'm probably just not the girl for you, unfortunately. Yeah, other projects. I have been working on this for ages. It's a Craftsy class. It's a boho style embroidered sweater. So I finished the sweater when I was living in Cork during lockdowns. It's made in Milla Merino worsted. And it was a like natural color, like kind of more of a white. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to wear this because I wanted the embroidery to pop. But I was like, I don't know if I'm going to wear this. It's a little light for me. So I ended up tea dyeing the whole sweater. And I'm so happy with the color now. I think it's just like perfect for me. It doesn't wash me out. You know, it just adds a bit of richness and warms me up a little bit. But yeah, and I was scared to start the embroidery. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've never embroidered on something I've knit before. And it just felt daunting. But I kind of got over it. I'm just realizing now I didn't finish the French knots. Wow, I need to, okay. I have more yarn, it's not a big deal. But it's just kind of, oh, or, wait. Oh. Okay, I'm not insane. I did finish them, they just fell through the knitting. But, you know, this happens when you get new skills. Sometimes there's a little, what can you do, you know? Yeah, so see, I just pushed them through and now they're there. Okay, we can figure out a way to stop that from happening. But yeah, it's by, I think, I want to say Annie Lupton, if that's her name, or something similar. I love the sweater. It fits amazing. I made it a little longer, so it's more like a tunic length, so I can wear it with like leggings when we're hiking. I mean, you'd think you don't need a wool sweater in Malta, and you kind of don't. But in the winter, it does get a little chilly, especially like we acclimatized really fast. So yeah, there's always room for wool. And yeah, I really like it. So I'm almost done. I just need to do the bits in here and then I think 2 more embroidery layers. But she's doing a pretty good job of making it like easy, but at the same time, there are some things I think to be desired in this class. Ooh. I'm looking at that now, and should I even this out or should I just let it be rustic? I mean, it's on the back, so. But then there might be too much. I don't know, I'll think about that. But I do really like how the sweater is turning out. Yeah, it's just cute, a little rustic, you know? And the embroidering on the knitting is actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I think I kind of over panicked on that one, but hopefully it'll be done soon. Yeah, because the water went out, so I was just kind of like, I can't do anything. And it just inspired a day of, oh, and the TV was acting up because the internet was out. Yes, we had no water and no internet, so I was just like, okay, well, I have podcasts downloaded, so I just listened to podcasts and did that for hours. But it's so nerve-wracking because I'm like, I don't want to mess up this sweater, but I know I can just take out the embroidery, but then I think it's too plain without the embroidery, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, what else am I making? I'm worried is this going to be too long, but also, like, that's fine. Oh. What about me talking isn't too long? Oh yeah, well, the Gilbert sock. So I started this one as soon as I finished the Anne sock. It is also from the Anne of Green Gables sock club. And it's also on some Apple Oak Fibre Works yarn. that wool, silk, and Rami mix. And this one I dyed with, I'm pretty sure I dyed with hibiscus. I bought one of each kind of dye kit from them for like natural wool, and I went for protein fibers. Didn't take very good notes, so we're just kind of guessing based on like old Instagram stories of me doing them, but it's fine. Just means I guess I have to buy them all again and redo this experiment with notes. But yeah, so this is really cute. It's a very memorizable thing. And yeah, I've just been doing this on buses. So this is kind of the front of the sock, and this is the back. It's just a 2x2 rib. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm making these for Adam because he's my Gilbert. And yeah, I think it's just a very manly sock, like, you know, and it'll be stretchy, which is important for fussy people. Yeah, I am a bit concerned though, because this is the first sock I'm making him in this yarn, and I love the yarn, but it does take a bit to stretch out, so I think it's going to be tight at first, but once he starts wearing it, I mean, yeah, no, I'm happy. So this is the first one. Again, I'm doing this entirely on buses, so it's not the most like progress heavy thing, but I'm almost done. After this kind of switch, I think I'm on row like 11 of 20, and then I'll move on to the heel turn. Or the heel flap, and then the heel turn gusset, all that. But yeah, because the heel flap I want to do at home, and the heel turn I definitely want to do at home. So, well, the heel flap I can start on a bus, but I prefer to do it when I'm like at home. So yeah, and then I have one more work in progress. I started these. This is a Craftsy class, knit socks 2 at a time, which I might redo because I feel like I didn't take very good notes, and all of the socks on here I made for Adam. And I want some socks for me. So yeah, these are toe up, which is very strange for me because I don't often do toe up. This is a Opal yarn I got at Megzima when I was in Lithuania, and it's the Vincent van Gogh Starry Starry Night inspired yarn. I've always seen these Opal ones that like knit up the pattern, so it looks like you're doing fancy color work, but you're not, and I'd always wanted to try them. So, and he picked one, so I got very excited. But yeah, they're just standard toe up 2 at a time, which I'm not 100% sure I'm sold on because I just don't know if I'm the biggest magic loop person, to be honest. But it is kind of cool. Like even with the ribbing, I'm just kind of doing it until I get to maybe this point because I want the cuff to be blue. And it's just sort of like nice to not have to count, you know, or even how long they were. I didn't have to count. I didn't have to measure. I just kind of went till it looked right and I knew they'd be the same. And yeah, it was stressful though cutting the ball in half because I wanted them to look the same, and I think I've achieved that, especially in something stripy. Like if it was just plain variegated, I wouldn't care because they'd still have the same overall, but self-striping, I really like them to be the same. But I think this is a really good way to control that. So yeah, I think self-striping, like this is the way to go. But it is nice, and it's kind of nice having a sock with no pattern that I can just go around and around and around and around on because yeah, like I just, you know, right now my phone is choosing to only charge with one specific charger. So when I have to go put it away, and we don't have like a charging port near our couch in this apartment for whatever reason, so I have to charge my phone and put it away, this has been the project because there's no counting. I don't need my row counter. But yeah, I really like how these are turning out, honestly. It just feels like I did something so fancy with color, and it's just literally stockinette around and around and around. Good times. Yeah. So as for acquisitions and future sewing plans, I mean, that kind of goes into a bit of the life plan as well. So yeah, we moved to Malta. It wasn't a snap decision, but it also wasn't something super well thought out. I mean, it was thought out, but you know, it was kind of something that happened and we took the opportunity when we could. I mean, we both love living in Vilnius. I love Lithuania. Like, I do miss it. This was honestly a really hard move for me because I think when I moved to Cork, I was sort of ready for a change. And when we moved back up to Dublin, I was really happy to be moving to Dublin. And when we left Dublin, I think we just both knew it was kind of the right time for us. I mean, when I left Canada, I was 100% like, okay, bye, like ready for the next stage. But for Dublin even, I think we just kind of realized, you know, we had gotten kind of everything out of Ireland that we could. And so that was just an easier transition because we knew we were kind of like leaving something and there was a finality to it that felt right. But when we left Vilnius, I mean, I would have stayed there the rest of my life happily. Like, I love the friends I've made there. I love the climate. I love the snow. I love, like, there is a certain magic to it that I think you can't get anywhere else. But, or at least that I've never experienced that kind of like magic and charm. But, you know, at the end of the day, Adam was not loving his job. There wasn't really any room to expand. And when the opportunity came up here for a really good job, it made sense, especially there's so much more in his industry here. And yeah, so we, you know, it was a really good offer. And we had both been here. I mean, he was here for 7 weeks doing some courses, and I came here on a girls' trip, and then I came here to visit him when he was doing his course. So yeah, like we know logically this is the right decision, but it has been tough for me simply because, again, I loved Lithuania. I am not a huge summer girl, and I think a large part of that is the clothes. So, you know, I'm always going around saying like, oh, in the winter when people are like, oh, it's cold. And I'm like, no, there's no bad weather, only bad clothing. So, you know, and it was interesting too because I had just pared down my wardrobe by like a lot when we moved last year to Lithuania. And so I did it again. Like, I got rid of so much stuff that was good stuff, but I just wasn't wearing it. And then I realized, even in Lithuania, we had a really hot summer, that all the stuff I got rid of was my summer stuff. So I do need some clothes. Like I said, I need more sweatpants. So we did go fabric shopping here, which, there's only one fabric store really in Malta. Like one sort of big one. They don't have cutting tables. Because I was like carrying around my fabric, trying to find like the cutting table to bring it to, you know, like normal. No, they just cut it in the aisle. It was an experience. It was wild, but it was good. I got some stuff. So I'm going to make, there's patterns for Pirates pattern I bought called the loggers, so like legging joggers. So I got this to make those in. I want something that just I can wear around the house, you know. And then I also desperately need new underwear, so I also got the pattern for Pirates Vixen. It's a bikini and thong pattern. So I used to wear bikini underwear all the time, so I figure, okay, well, I'll give it a shot. So I just got some light gray. The main thing I wanted was like high cotton, but none of it was labeled. So I might do a burn test, honestly, before I make underwear, because I really want cotton and underwear, but it feels cotton to me. Like you know, I've sewn a lot and I know what it feels like, but I still just might do a quick burn test before I commit. If not, this might just become another pair of sweatpants. Yeah, but that like settles a lot of the home stuff, because I do need lounge. But what I need too is I have no summer clothes. And now, like, there's Malta's thing is like 300 days of sunshine. So if most of my year is going to be summer, I need to like really crack into it. So I was doing some like pattern browsing, and I found this one from So Over It. They're a UK-based company, which we love. And it's this whole summer collection. So it has a wrap skirt with a ruffle and a wrap skirt. It has a maxi dress, and then it has like a mini version of that and a top version of the wrap. There is a jumpsuit, a pair of pants, and like a really cute summer dress that's just like the basic sundress with buttons down the front, and then that also is split into a top and a skirt. So kind of a capsule wardrobe and a jean jacket. So I figure if I make all of those things, I will have a decent enough wardrobe to get me through at least this summer, and then I can add as I go. So I figured, okay, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to get one main fabric that I really like, and then I'm going to build the rest of the wardrobe around the colors in that main fabric. So maybe a print, right? Because people do dress fun here, so I think I can have some fun with fashion. And I think, honestly, on like a deep note, that's kind of what I've been missing in my life, is the fun. Because I just don't think I've been as like alive. I've been kind of dressing more because I like, you know, oh, it's available in my size, and so I might as well buy it or else I'll be naked. So, you know, I do want to have more expression, more fun. So I was looking kind of here, and I'm like, I don't know. And then I was looking at some dead stock options, because I figured, okay, well, I can get like a good dead stock, and then I can fill in from there. So I ordered from Bulgarian Fabrics. I think they're in France. Excellent. Amazing. Absolutely loved it. So I got my main fabric, which I'll show you after. But I was really concerned when I opened up the thing, because it was in a roll. And when I opened it, I saw like green, and I was like, okay, well, this is beautiful fabric, but I did not order dark green fabric. Well, what they did was they threw on 3 meters of wool suiting as a sample. 20 meters as a free sample. This is amazing. And I actually love this. So I'm thinking for my fall wardrobe, and this is 100% wool, like it is stunning. For my fall wardrobe, I think these are going to become a pair of like nice wide leg pants. I haven't washed it yet, so that's why. It's also because I had to pull it out from under the dog. She loves sleeping on this. But yeah, isn't that amazing? And I love olive green on me. I think it's one of my best colors. I don't know, you tell me. But yeah, I am so excited. I was just like, oh, so that's a big acquisition. And the main fabric I picked though was this. It's so cute. Yeah, so I'm thinking kind of like a 70s-ish vibe. I think I've gotten a bit of color too, so even now you can tell it's just like the more tan I get, the more this looks amazing on me. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. And then I'm thinking I'm going to try to find fabric to match the insides. I definitely want the maxi wrap dress in this. And I think I'm going to do the skirt with the ruffle in this because I think that'll be fun. I was thinking it was more of a poplin, but it's more of like a wool. So it's not totally see-through, but it's, you know, I think I'd need something. I do not currently own a bra that is not dark colored, so might have to go shopping for that because I don't think I have time to make a bra before I need clothes, which is like yesterday. But yeah, so I think I also might get some linen and make some linen slips because when it's really hot, having a linen slip under just makes so much of a difference. But yeah, so it's nice, cool, breezy, and I think it'll look really cool in Malta. I'm a bit worried about being able to find fabric to match. However, I was thinking about it the other day, I could just buy sheets. Because guaranteed I'll be able to find sheets in most of these exact colors. So if I have to, I'll do that. But yeah, so I have 13 meters of this. Definitely enough for the maxi skirt and definitely enough for the the maxi dress and the ruffled skirt. So I'm thinking I might make maybe separates of the dress, or I might make maybe even the wrap top to see. But yeah, kind of like base this and then do that and kind of get it. I definitely want to get some new nail polish because I'm thinking maybe like, again, matching the colors in these. So maybe like the mustard and the pink I think would be really cute. I mean, they have a little color code. I might just put this in my purse and like carry it around with me when I go to makeup stores. Yeah, there's even like a dark brown in there, so I might do for the pants like a dark brown or like a mustard. But yeah, so I need to get going on that though because like I said, it is getting hot. It hit like 25 degrees the other day and I was just like, crap, it's only like it was March. And I'm like, if it's 25 in March, I won't want to be wearing skinny jeans, I'll tell you that much. But I do have the fabric for 2 pairs of jeans because my jeans are almost broken already and I've only had them for like 6-7 months, so I won't be buying those again. And yeah, I just gotta get sewing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just gotta do it. Yeah, and I think that's all for me today. So hopefully this was entertaining and hopefully I'll be more inspired to do it more often. You know, there's always a bit of anxiety that comes with moving somewhere new and it is tough to get things set up, but you know, we moved November, so it's starting to get a bit more settled. You know, we're starting to make some friends, which is nice. It's yeah, and we have people visiting us all the time. You move somewhere where it's sunny all the time and yeah, we have visitors like every month, but I love it. Yeah, I'm so lucky to know such good people. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Yeah, I hope my entertainment value has not suffered. I mean, I don't know. I can tell I'm rusty, but hopefully I'll be a little more motivated. I don't know. Hopefully I'll sew some stuff because it's getting warm. Anyway, I am so bad at ending this. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers!